Hello, this is Docker installation and log setup. As a step one, we'll set up the repository. We'll update the package index and then install the packages to allow app to use a repository over HTTPS. If you see below command sudo apt get update will set the package index, and sudo apt get install with the transport HTTPS, CS certificates, curl, JNU, PG, LSB release. This will set up the packages for installation and we'll use the repository over. Now we'll add the Docker official GPG key using curl. We'll go through download docker.com and then from there we get the GPG keys. And in step 3, we'll set up a stable repository, and if you want a word nightly or test, then add the word beside stable here, and that will set up a nightly or a test repository which is stable. And then we'll install Docker engine. So if we don't mention any version when we are installing Docker, then it will by default install the highest possible version which is available. So if you see here in A, we are just setting the package, we are updating package, and then we are getting the installation for Docker C and C CLI containerd.io. These are all highest possible version that will be downloaded for us. But if you want a specific Docker installation, then we should mention the version that we need to get, and for the same for Docker and C CLI and from the container. So for that, what we can do is we can just run this apt cache medicine docker c command, which will list all the versions, and you can copy one of the version which is stable, and then you can just use that version instead of version string in the both places. So this will give you a specific installation of Docker. To verify whether the Docker engine is correctly installed or not, we can just use a sudo docker run hello world command. This one will run the hello world and it will print the output. So here in this process, this will download a test image of hello world which is already there in Docker hub, and it will just download that image and run it in a container, and then the container runs and it prints us a message and then it exits. And then other than Debian and Ubuntu, Docker services are not by default started on boot. So if you want to start them by default on boot, then maybe we can use this. Then we can use the below command sudo systemctl enable Docker service and containerd services, and in the same way we can disable them as well using the sudo systemctl, just like here. And then it is very important to set up a log file for Docker containers. If we don't, then it will eat up all the memory and it will ultimately kill all the processes containers. So for that, we need to create a daemon.json if it is not already existing in etc docker. If it's already there, then you can just replace it with this code, or you can create a daemon.json where you will just mention logger driver will be JSON file, and the optional and then the options max size will be 10 MB, and then max file rotation will be 3. So this will take care of the log rotation and also limits the log file size. You can increase, you can decrease according to your need. This is when you are setting up the log file when you install the Docker immediately. Since you don't have any containers, all the containers that are created after setting up this will follow it. But if you already have some containers which you are using, then you can just take each container and you can run this command docker run where you are setting the max size and also giving the container name. So this will take care of the containers that are already existing. All these comments I will be copying in description. You can paste them, you can take them and then use it for your purposes. Thank you.